Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Balsamic Moon Tarot. I am doing intuitive tarot readings here. I'm going to just get right into it. This is a message for the collective. If you are a mystic or a misfit, or if you're both mystic and misfit, welcome. This is for you. Hopefully you resonate with something I say here as an individual, but just take what resonates and leave the rest for the person it's intended for. So I'm going to flip over these cards just to get a sense of who this message is for. We have visions and body. Okay. So first, what I'm gathering is that the message, the person this message is for is somebody who does work that does involve possibly designing, but it's something creative and it's something that does require a lot of not just imagination, but like really careful thought about how something is going to happen, how something looks, how something is going to come together. So you might be a visual artist, visual designer, or you might even be like an event planner, someone who is a project manager, someone who is overseeing like a big event, but you've got the vision, you've got the leadership position, I guess. You're like in this central position overlooking something and really trying to figure out how to make it work. We also have this card for body, which is kind of gnarly looking, but I think that like you've lately have been experiencing something in your body that's like, I don't want to say it's psychosomatic, but like it's a new symptom or it's a new sensation, and it's just making you more conscious of how you feel in your body in general. I, of course, will not give medical advice or any type of medical consultation, so please do consult with a medical professional or a healthcare professional if you are experiencing pain or need treatment. Please seek professional help. But what I'm noticing here is that the body for you, it has been really on your mind lately. Like maybe you want to get into shape, maybe you want to lose weight, or maybe you just want to feel more comfortable in your skin. Maybe you have, again, like aches and pains, and you're aware of something like maybe there's a flare up, maybe there's a joint flare up, but that's coming up from these cards. So let's pull a few more cards and see who is this reader. What is this viewer going through? Who is this message for? We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles. I actually feel, I'm getting the sense that you actually just walked away from a situation, like working for someone. Like I feel like this Nine of Pentacles is a boss or some kind of like associate, someone you've been working with and you've like freed yourself from them. I'm actually getting, the Nine of Pentacles is not a negative card, but I'm getting a sense that like you freed yourself from a relationship, professional or personal, but it's a relationship that had a certain commitment level to it. I'm not getting a sense it was romantic. It was just like a collaborative relationship or a professional relationship. Anyway, you freed yourself. Like you have just, you have, honestly, if you haven't, like this is really on your mind right now, is walking away from some kind of professional or similar commitment to a person, and this person in your mind has, I feel like, taken too many liberties. Like either they're very like kind of entitled and privileged or self-centered, or even they just, you feel like you're just not getting your fair share. So I'm just picking up on that, but let's go ahead and pull some more cards. So if what I said so far is resonating with you, definitely stick around to get your message from your guides. But yeah, let's see what else we get here. You did get the Ace of Wands and the Fool card, which is like beautiful combination here, beautiful new beginning. So already I'm seeing a really positive message here, but let's see what else. What is the message for the person watching this? What is the message for the person who has recently stepped away from a commitment and is really, it seems like you're doing it for your health, but it also just seems like you feel like you definitely deserve more. This is someone who is very talented, someone who has like a very special skill, planning things, putting something together, planning something, just like really making something work. And also, if not like being that leader or that manager type person, you're also someone who's just very visionary in general and very creative. So it seems like maybe you want a chance to be able to apply your vision and have more independence in doing that. Okay, so let's see. We have the Temperance card. I'm just gonna go ahead and put these on top. So we have the Temperance card, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so definitely getting a message here. There's a need for balance for sure. And actually, that's probably what's happened, is that you identified that something was imbalanced. And so now you're really intending to balance your work, like your workload, like divvy up your workload among between you and other colleagues or other partners. There's also a possibility here that you want a work-life balance and you don't want to work work the hours you've been working, or like put in as much of a grueling schedule. There's something that you're really just trying to get into balance. And it's also balance related to fairness. So it could be like, I put in this much time or have these skills, I've leveled up, it's been 3 years I've been working here, I need to earn more for what I do, right? So it could be the balance of your time, the balance of your monetary compensation, like the balance of your salary, like something needs to come into balance. That's already what I'm getting here. So definitely, your guides are saying like, consider that, right? So even consider, if you want to be more independent in what you're doing, consider that the choices you make may not be more balanced. The thing you're pursuing may not be as balanced as you want. So I know, sorry, word salad. I hope that makes sense. Basically, just cautionary advice here. Really pay attention to future commitments you're making, because if the goal is to have more balance in your life, you want to be sure that you're not doing all the work in this next phase of your project or your work life. Particularly for people who are self-employed, this can come up. Like, let's say you really want to be self-employed and independent. It can be a real game changer to have like an accountant that really does a lot more than just the taxes, but like is really like helping out with, I don't know, I don't know, honestly, I don't even know. I don't know what accountants do. I'm sorry. Bad example. But like, you get what I'm saying. Like, if you want your business to grow because you want to be more independent, don't sabotage that by putting more on your plate that you have to do. So think about ways you can balance that workload, delegate, pay people fairly for what they do so that you have good people on your team. Like, these are the things to consider. Like, if you want to be paid fairly, like, clearly getting good people on your team means you also have to think about paying them fairly. Okay, so that's just something coming to mind. But the Temperance card in general is showing like really positive growth, evolution here. It's coming in a very natural way. It's coming very organically. You don't feel rushed. You feel like it's sort of like a natural progression in what you're doing, that you would take on a bigger project or expand your role. Like, something is growing, but it's not growing too fast, and that's great. That's a good thing. So I want to also clarify this Ace of Wands with the Fool, because that's like a really positive energy to like have this new, I just heard turning a new leaf. So I want to get more detail on this and see like what else can we learn about this new opportunity or this new phase in your life. Because with the Ace of Wands, it could even be health related. It could be just creativity and inspiration. It doesn't necessarily have to be like your professional life or how you identify as a professional. It doesn't have to just be like work, right? So it could be other things. So we have the Five of Pentacles and we have the Ten of Wands. Wow, interesting. So I'm definitely getting this sense that you're turning a new leaf because you do want more enjoyment out of life. You want to experience the finer things in life. It's not necessarily you want like an expensive vacation, but you want vacation time. Like, that's reasonable, right? So I'm seeing a sign here that you've been feeling burnt out, that you worked really hard and feel like you didn't make enough doing it, or you didn't like save, like you weren't able to hold on to enough money for all the work you put in. There's a sense of feeling like lack, like the bank balance is low, or like you're just not supported enough, like not supported financially or not supported in general for all the effort you put in. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting a sign of some burnout here. So this makes it even more important that, yeah, it makes it even more important for the Fool and the Temperance and the Ace of Wands. Like, this is really about calibration, okay? This is about giving yourself, actually, it's about forgiving. Forgive yourself for any like workaholism or misguided attempts, to do like if you made mistakes up until this point, so be it. Like, maybe you didn't know maybe you didn't know how to like save up enough money or plan ahead enough in your finances, or maybe you like worked long hours and injured yourself. Okay, forgive yourself of that. Like, that is not that you can move on from this, but it starts with being kind to yourself. It starts with being compassionate and letting yourself move on. Like, turn a new page, turn over a new leaf, give yourself that permission to start today. Start fresh today. Every single day, you can remind yourself that today is the first day of the rest of my life. Okay? Today is the first day of the rest of my life. So really be in that present moment. Like, wake up in the morning a bit earlier than usual, and just instead of rushing in your morning routine, like, give yourself a chance to be more present, be more aware of how your physical body feels as you wake up. If you notice that you are in pain when you wake up, like, maybe that's something that has to be addressed. Is how are you sleep? How is your bed functioning? How are your are there some adjustments to be made that could like assist with your physical and daily experience of life? Okay, so that's the Temperance card coming in. There's like a lot of potential here for healing and calibrating your body and your daily routines so that you can feel more refreshed, more rejuvenated, and just more limber and more ready to take on the world, more ready to face the world. Okay, So yeah, that is a lot to tell you right now, and I don't want to bombard you. But I am gonna just pull some more cards to see if I can get any more information here. Are there other messages for this collective that could really help them at this time, help them feel rejuvenated, help them feel refreshed, help them be optimistic? What is it they need to hear at this time to give them that encouragement and that motivation to get up and try again? Get back on the horse. Don't give up. You know, again, today is a new day. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. We have the 9 of Spirals, so that's like the 9 of Wands. Wow. I'll just put it there. And then we have the 8 of Vessels, the 8 of Cups. Yeah, so, you know, this is kind of the confirmation of some things I said earlier, but I do feel like you have been thinking about moving on from something. If you haven't yet done it, it is definitely weighing on your mind. So this is confirmation that it's time. It's just time. Like, there's something that you've put in your all into, you know, and it doesn't mean moving away. It doesn't mean giving up necessarily. It just means don't repeat the same thing over and over and over. Like, insanity is repeating something and expecting a different outcome. So it's not so much that like you have wasted time on something. It's more like you've put in enough time to learn what you needed to learn from the situation. So if you've been hard on yourself and you feel guilty that you're thinking about leaving this situation, this is a message that this could be the best thing for all involved. You know, it could be the best for all involved and the best of all possible worlds, that you know, that you move on and you look for something that is more meaningful, more engaging, more impactful, something that engages you at a deeper level. Because with the 8 of Cups, what I'm getting here is that you have not been emotionally fulfilled in this thing for quite a while. It's kind of like you felt stagnant. You haven't felt like, maybe you've even felt like you've been in a rut with it. Okay, so if that is resonating with you, it's just this confirmation. What else can we tell this group? We've got the 7 of Vessels, 7 of Cups. Okay, that's actually feeling very positive in this context. What else do we have? Yes, we have the 10 of Flowers, also known as the 10 of Pentacles. And we have the 4 of Blades, also known as the 4 of Swords. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple more cards here, because I do think there's something really cool coming your way that your guides want you to be on the lookout for. We have the 2 of Vessels, that's the 2 of Cups. Possible relationship, possible new love energy, like a refreshment of the love you have with someone, or a new, you know, love with a new person. We have the 5 of Flowers, the 5 of Pentacles again. Okay, so the 5 of Pentacles here is an interesting depiction because it has the mortar and pestle. So it's something, it's interesting because it's talking, I think it is talking about the grind, and it's talking about feeling like you're being, you know, feeling like you are kind of being squeezed for all your worth. Sorry to put it that way, but like, it's the grind, right? It's rough. This is not pleasant. But there's also another meaning with the mortar and the pestle here, is like, this is how beautiful things happen, is that we experience challenges and we respond to these challenges and tap potential within ourselves. that would have never been tapped otherwise. So there's also this beautiful thing happening within you. And again, temperance, right? This is an evolution. This is a transformation, personal transformation. You are evolving in a certain way, in a response to a challenge here. You're evolving in a way that's actually very beautiful. So your guides want you to feel very like affirmed in that you've been going through a very difficult time, but this has also been a time of growth. We have the Two of Cups, we have the Four of Swords, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so just taking a breath because there's a number of things going on here. I want to make sure I express it adequately. So, okay, so there's one message I'm getting here, which is that you are starting to learn what a solid relationship looks like, and this could be any type of relationship. This is about people you date or you're experiencing romantic feelings for. This is about people who you work with. This is about people who you work for, work under, clients, bosses. Okay, you are learning something here, which is that people who truly care about you and respect you, respect your boundaries. And there's like, yeah, they respect your boundaries, they respect your autonomy. And I don't know, with the Seven of Vessels here, I feel like you've sort of like just gone through this time period where you dealt with a whole number of people, and you dealt with different kinds of people, different kinds of personalities, and you're kind of tired of all the oh man, what is it? There's something, it's like you know what it is? I think you're tired of interacting with a lot of different superficial people who are quite shallow, but you're noticing that there are a few people who you have a very deep connection with. And it's like statistics. It's like for every, 5 people that you have to deal with, there's that one person who it just clicks. Like you collaborate or you talk like more deeply. Like there's a chemistry there. Okay, so that's what I'm getting at, is like you're actually starting to learn that you have certain needs in order for a relationship to have good chemistry. So you're defining for yourself what those needs are, and you're also figuring out how you can tell if someone is not just able to meet those needs, but like actually respects those needs, respects those boundaries, respects your autonomy. Okay, 10 of Flowers here is really great. It's showing corn, a circle of corn above what looks like, I don't know if this is it looks to be like a city, but it could also kind of reminds me of like lava flowing from a volcano. So to me, what this is showing is like you've had this experimental phase of socializing or like creative collaboration. You've dealt with all kinds of people, and you're now getting this firmer idea of what like the good life looks like to you. Okay, so it's like you're getting a better idea of like who you'd want to settle down with, or what kind of people you want to really be long-term friends with, or have like, build a business with. Like this 10 of Pentacles situation is talking about a long-term commitment, and now you have a better idea of like who would align with that, who would make sense for that. Okay, yeah, I hope that makes sense to you. Let me just keep going with, I feel like there's a deck that is calling out to me. Yeah, it's this deck. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up by trying to get some real advice here What is the advice for this group? Oh, I also want to share that if you want me to pull a card for you, just put in the comment, put an emoji that relates to a plant or a flower or a tree, like anything that relates to like plants, botanicals, things that grow in nature. Put an emoji that relates to that, followed by one word that you have a positive association with. Not a sentence, not a phrase, not a question, just one word. Emoji and word. If you put that in the comments, I will select up to 5 people to give them a free to pull a card for you. Okay, I'll respond in the comments. I'll tell you which card was pulled. So, you know, if you have an intention or a question, just hold that for yourself. Hold that in your heart. No need to share that with me. So yeah, I also should have mentioned that. Okay, let's get into this advice for you. What is the advice for this person? Given everything that was shared in this reading, what is the advice for the person who resonates with this message? We have the 6 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the 10 of Wands again, the 8 of Pentacles again, and the Page of Pentacles. So quite a, you know, Pentacles, yeah, are emphasized here, but this is actually quite balanced. Again, right, we go back to this sense of balance. We see here this 10 of Wands. This person is, you know, carrying way too much, way too more than they need to. So there's advice here that, you know, you should recognize how much you're carrying. You should recognize how much, you know, you are a heavy lifter. You have this amazing capacity, but you're kind of operating at full capacity. There's like no room. You know, look at this Knight of Cups. It's like there's no room for love in your life, or there's no room for pleasure or enjoyment, right? So really think about how you can balance your activities and your daily life and your work life. How can you balance your commitment to this goal with your enjoyment of life? Okay, so that's definitely one piece of advice here. There's also this message that whatever you're going through is a transitional time. So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't think that you have to get everything perfect. I see you with like a checklist and you're like, oh, I gotta do this, 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 and this. And it's like, no. You don't have to worry so much about that. Just keep your eye on the goal here, okay? But understand that the way you get there is gonna take these twists and turns. It's more like you're navigating the current. Yeah, so it's more like, instead of like thinking that everything has to happen in this way or in this sequence of steps, think about everything happening because you trust in the process and you trust that you will get where you need to go, so long as you believe in where you need to go. So it's about holding this vision in your mind. And again, the Knight of Cups, you have an ability to imagine amazing things. So really like envision that end, envision the end in mind, and hold that in your mind and your heart. And then your inner compass will kick in and your guides will kick in and the universe will kick in to direct the current in your life in that direction. Okay, I hope that makes sense. We also have the Page of Pentacles. So this is, yeah, sure, there is a sequence of steps you can follow for sure. I feel like you're considering like certain maybe programs or schools or trainings or specialty, even like a special skill, like you're considering picking up a special skill or like investing some time into learning something. I think that is a good idea. But again, it's like, take out that perfectionist element. Do it because you genuinely are interested and curious. Don't do it just because you think you should. But like really come to it as like, you know, someone who just wants to enjoy a bit more in their life, right? You don't want every day to be a slog. You want your every day to have at least a little bit of enjoyment, at least something to be grateful for. So think about how you can bring that pleasure and that joy and that fulfillment into each day of your life. It is absolutely possible. It doesn't always have to be this like slog of hard work before you can enjoy yourself. Think about how you can really insert every single day, insert a little bit of this playfulness, this pleasure, this, again, like, you know, I want to say enjoyment, but I don't know how many times to say it. I think you get my point though. So that was your message. Thank you so much for being here. And again, if you want to get a free card, a free card pulled from me, put it in the comment, put in the emoji that has to, any emoji that has to do with like a plant, a tree, you know, botanicals, like put in an emoji followed by one word that gives you a positive association. So it doesn't have to make sense, just one word. And then what I'll do is I'll go through the comments and I'll respond to the ones that for some reason I resonate with. I will respond with the card that was pulled just for you. And I will do this for up to 5 people on this video. Okay? Thank you so much. Take care.